Today I'm going to show you how to change the oil on a riding lawnmower, or in this case, my garden tractor. It's important that you change the oil and do regular tune-up type maintenance to your lawnmower, regardless of type, push mower, riding mower, zero turn, whatever, at least once a year to make sure it keeps running smoothly, just like your car. You want to lift up your hood, take off your little side protector piece. So to get started with this, we are going to first, for safety, is disconnect the spark plug wire, which is right here. And what, Tupac? You gotta go. Seriously? Go. No, Tupac, leave that alone. Tupac. Next, on this one, I already have the drain tube, which is just a clear plastic tube, connected inside my little washing laundry detergent bucket. And the reason I drain it into there is because it has a cap. It's easy to close up whenever I'm done with the dirty oil to then take to AutoZone or wherever you want. Oh, and make sure that you've warmed the engine up. I always change the oil after I've already mowed, just because I know then that the oil is going to be good and hot. And the reason you do that is so that it drains faster, because the heat makes the oil thinner, which makes it easier to come out, and that way you get all of it and there's none left behind. It's the difference between pouring water and pouring out pancake syrup. So as you can see, old oil is all draining out, and then you remove the dipstick up top. Make sure you don't get anywhere. Have a paper towel or shop towels handy. Clean this off and set it aside. Make sure that you don't get anything in here while you're changing the oil. And the reason you do this, or the reason why that's important to remove the dipstick while your oil is draining, is because it helps it drain better. So it's going to take a little bit for that to drain. And while that's happening, you can go around, to the other side and grab the oil filter, because that needs to come off too, since we're changing that. The same thing for the other side is you got to remove your cover. There we go, set that to the side. And then here, filthy, is the oil filter. Right here is our fuel filter, and we're also going to change that too. All right, so I have my bucket under here and getting ready to remove the oil filter. Careful, as soon as you take it off, this is full of oil. So whenever you get it, make sure you tilt it up so it doesn't spill everywhere. And again, that's why we have the plastic underneath, or in my case, a horse feed sack, because they're waterproof, just the same as plastic. And set this to the side. Once all the oil drains out and you notice that the flow completely stops, everything's clean, you need to go ahead and first reconnect your oil plug, screw that back in. That way it's sealed back up before we put on the oil filter, and then we add more oil. So we have our new oil filter here, and it normally comes with a little plastic protector. So go ahead and take that off, set it down, and with every oil filter that you add on, you need to actually oil the gasket to create a good seal. Take the oil that you're going to use, stick your finger in it, and see, I'm oiling the gasket here just to make sure we get a good tight seal and we won't have any leaks. Make sure it's good and tight. This is where the wrench comes in handy, but it's in the garage and I'm not going in here. So, oil filter on. Now, time to add the oil. Okay, time to add the new oil, and it goes in through your dipstick hole. So take that back out, set it down in a clean area. Again, your owner's manual will tell you exactly how much you need to put in, and if you're not sure, or if you never end up finding it, you can tell by the dipstick, because it has the full mark right there, the second dot. Anyway, you get your funnel. So before I continue, I'm just going to put this in so I can check. I don't want to accidentally go over the required amount. So let's check it. And we're at the second dot, so that is perfect. So again, no leaks. Filter's on. That's it. That's all you have to do to change oil. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is switch out the fuel line filter. This is because I've discussed this on our group before, but with lawn equipment and small engines do not do well with ethanol in the gas. And because this mower is thirsty a lot, it takes a lot of gas, and so we pump through multiple gallons every single season. And we just go to the gas station and put 87 octane in this. And due to the ethanol, it can become clogged. So it's important that you switch out the fuel filter every season or every 100 hours is what the manual suggests. So again, really simple to do. And it's right above the oil filter. See, oil filter, fuel line filter. All right, now I don't know if all of them are this way or if it's just mine, but they have an arrow on it, and that arrow is supposed to go towards the carburetor, which is over here. So it's going to go just like that. And you have lines on each side with clamps. So you just have to undo those clamps and get the new one on there. Okay. And then drop your pliers in your oil bucket. Once you get the clamps moved further down the lines, off where it's clamping there, then you just pull it. It's easiest if you pull and twist at the same time. Oh, I mean, darn. Wear glasses when you do that, by the way, because you don't want gasoline splashing in your eyeball. Put that side in with the arrow, kind of leave it there. Now, other side. Oh, ow, paper cuts. Ooh. Gasoline all up in my paper cuts or my, ow. Ah, mother. Fuck. Son of a bitch. Good news is gasoline's a solvent, so we just cleaned up a bunch on the engine. But wipe it up. Don't smoke a cigarette right now, wait a little bit. Okay, make sure that your hose is all the way on there. I'm gonna move you closer. As you can see, I have the hose real close there. Here's the clamp. So now, I'm gonna get your pliers again. And we need to get that clamp over this spot. It's like right up to the end. They're not quite touching the end, but see how I moved it right there? Now, for this side, oh hey! Gasoline, FYI, takes off nail polish, in case you didn't know. Now you do. I do not recommend that though, that hurt. And same thing over here. First, I'm just gonna make sure that this is as close as I can get it. We do not want any fuel leaks. Again, you don't want it right at the very end. Okay. These are on good. See? Old one and new one. Gross. And just to let you know, it's not expensive either. I ordered a 2-pack on Amazon for 10 bucks, maybe like $8, $10. So not expensive, especially if it keeps your mower running great year after year. Way worth it. And this maintenance is so easy to do yourself. And the only other thing is you need to clean your air filter every year. I replace that. Make sure your battery terminals are clean. Grease what needs greased, sharpen the blades, balance them, that's it.